biggest adjustment, biggest leap that you made is from week 1 to week 2 in a season? Are you looking forward to seeing how you progress? What areas are you looking to kind of improve in the most from week 1 to week 2 defensively?
Yeah, first of all, I thought it was a great performance by the defense. Early on, obviously you can see the early mistakes that we made, caused mostly by turnovers and stupid penalties, and there was a few looks that we hadn't shown the defense, so it was more coaching than playing. I think that vertical route that hit us, the tight end was tucked in, way tucked into the formation. I wish I could have had that one back in practice to show that, that particular look to our safeties. But other than that, I thought they played a clean game. The improvements are just get 0.5% better. I thought we ran real well. I thought we tackled real well on the perimeter. I thought after we settled down, the defense played pretty sound. There was less and less mental errors out there. We got a few there at the back end when we were playing, our young players. But yeah, overall, just keep doing what we're doing. Playing with good leverage, good fundamentals. That'll be the focus. Being more stout up front, with our front and our linebackers. But yeah, if we can get that kind of improvement, we're not asking for a lot. We're just a 0.5% every day. That we're out there. If we could get 2.5%, 4% better. Coming up to this week, it'll be enough to have a good performance on Saturday.
The big runs, you gave up a couple early on. What kind of stood out to you after seeing the film? What the issue was there? Yeah.
Well, one we just misfit. We just misfit a corner blitz. It was just the way the play actually unfolded. We had enough players there to do it. It just fit in a different way than what we practiced. Again, another thing that I wish I could have had back. It's more, the kids played hard. They played exactly the way we thought they would play, and it happens. It happens in football. The play actually came out in a different way. It unfolded in a different way, which messed up a fit. And I could have did a better job of showing that to them, during the week. So the quarterback draw on 3rd down, that was a signal issue. Again, another coaching issue. It's a first game stuff. A lot of first game stuff. So there was a few things that happened in the game that I'm glad that happened. Those are the things that you want to have happen in this type of game, the first ball game against that type of opponent. It gives us a chance to really clean it up and get some of the kinks out. But that was really it. There was 4 big plays in the game. Those were the big runs, the glaring runs. One was a misfit, and the other one was just a miscommunication on the sideline between the signal and the tempo. The tempo, kind of got us there. The kids turned their eyes away from the sideline a little quicker than they should have. Again, that's something that that can easily be fixed in more coaching than it is playing.
Coach, you mentioned the safeties. I know you used a bunch of them. Are you planning to continue that, or is there more a guy who maybe earned more reps next week, or how do you kind of plan to divide those?
It'll be off a game. It'll be game by game. We're really pleased with how our safeties are progressing. Obviously, none of them ever had played or started in a game before last week, so they showed us a lot. They made a few errors here and there, but it was more first game stuff. I mean, I think out of a veteran group, you probably would have had the same, a few of those same issues. Just again, we could have did a better job of showing them some of those looks. And you're always going to get that every game. With growth, with more reps, maybe an older guy would have been able to handle that situation. But where we're at with that group, it's really critical that we show them, all the different scenarios that they could get before they actually get it on the field. But I don't know. We'll see. I think a lot of guys got a lot of reps in that game, and a lot of guys showed up. So I think moving forward, you could see, you could see that we'll play a lot of guys. We'll rotate them. If they can play and they're practicing well during the week, we're going to play them in the game. That keeps us fresh. That keeps us healthy. That keeps more guys available for duty. And that's building a good foundation to your defense. That's what we want to create. We don't want to be a defense where one guy goes down and now we're trying to cover up a hole there by moving another player over there that's never played in that position. So yeah, I think you could probably expect to see a lot of players playing in different positions where we have good depth.
Your predecessor, Jay Neiman, was on the other side looking at what you do. It's a little unique. Is your defense different enough where you don't think that's a factor in this, or what would be your thoughts on that?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think Jay will be able to add a lot to their evaluations of us, more personnel. But we do what we do. They do what they do. There's no secrets there in our schemes. So I don't think there's going to be anything that he could add in terms of scheme because it's all out there. I think his value will be more in personnel, and that's probably what they're talking about mostly.
Avery Young was a guy last year who, because of an injury, he was forced into duty. He's still only a sophomore. To that end, do you get a sense that he's maybe a little more mature or a little more ahead of the curve than someone his age or class might be?
Yeah, I don't look at it. I don't look at his age. I just look at his production on the field, and he's playing lights out. So to me, freshman, sophomore, junior, it doesn't matter. He's playing like a senior. He's playing like a veteran. So yeah, I don't know if I answer your question there, but yeah, he's been doing. He had a great training camp. He had a great first year as a true freshman. I just see an elite player out there, and we're glad we have him, and we're glad he's young.
They were very good out there down the other night. I think they led the conference. What did you see that they did? And I guess Stanley, how critical is he to kind of their ability to move the chains?
Yeah, he's a veteran. He's a veteran quarterback. He manages that offense very well. He knows where to go with the ball quickly, and I think that's a great attribute to have with the quarterback. Just getting the ball out of your hands, knowing where the ball goes quickly, and making those quick decisions. I think those are good attributes to a good quarterback, and that's what he does. And he's got playmakers. I think if you go back and watch their first game, those receivers and obviously Mekhi Stanley, those are all good playmakers. They have them all in the right spots. The tailback's really dynamic, both running the ball and receiving the ball. He was the most productive Saturday night, and then you have big play receivers there, and I believe they have 3 of them. We like all of them. We think they all present challenges. Particularly with what they do. They're a downhill run team, and now it will be the focus to stop the run first, and then if you pack the box, they're going to throw it up, and they have the ability outside, with some talent out there to get those things done. But to answer your question, he's a solid quarterback. He manages the game really well. He knows where to go with the ball. He knows that offense real well, and you can tell by the way they're calling the game, they have a lot of confidence in him.
And I know Jackson's out with the knee injury. They shuffled linemen around a lot after he left the game. They seem as effective up front when they did that to you, and does it help to see maybe some of the combinations they may roll out?
Yeah. Well, the new depth chart came out, so they're moving their right tackle to left tackle, who has the most career starts. Right. They're moving their right guard to right tackle, and they brought Shot in, as the right guard. So they shuffled it around. They're not going to have any problems with their line. It's one of the best lines, like coached lines in the country. Like their number 2s would be number 1s elsewhere. So I don't see there being an advantage there. Obviously, they, losing their top left tackle, who's an NFL prospect, is going to hurt any team, but we're not expecting to see any drop off in their lines.
Final question?
Thanks,
Thanks,
Andy.
Andy.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.